I wonder what they're used for. Wow, another short one. Section 3, Aberrant Shadow. This one will give us 2 seeds. Berserker and Assassin. We will keep Mordred, but Berserker Assassin... let us put Melt back in the lead, I think. She needs the bonding. Man, that was one hell of a quarrel. Keep this up and one of you is gonna end up dead.
Quarrel? I think you're mistaken. We're generally risking our lives.
Oh, what is that? For that matter, why'd you hit those guys so hard anyway? I mean, I know they started, but still, you guys must really hate each other. Pardon me, forgive the interruption, but have you seen those automata before? Nope, never. What are those things anyway? At first I was freaking out because I thought you killed them. But then I saw that they didn't bleed even with their limbs broke off, so I thought they might be scarecrows, but making scarecrows that complex seems kind of pointless now. So now I don't know what to think. Come on, what kind of scarecrow would go around picking fights? Good point. Mr. Soul, can I have a word with you on the shadow border? So these guys are being very... So the people of this Lostbelt... Yeah, that's kind of what I was going with. The people of this Lostbelt seem very ignorant, technologically wise. And seem very... I mean, they're not pacifistic. They do know what violence is, at the very least. But, like, they're all farmers. The Empire clearly has these automata. And they know of the benefaction, I think is what it was called. Which literally is surface-to-surface missile delivery. I guess the missiles must, like, explode or something afterwards, so they don't see that technology, perhaps? But they're very ignorant, technologically. Like... Okay, I can't say, like, even the Yaga were more advanced, because the Yaga had guns. The Yaga seems to be the most advanced. I'm not really sure who's less advanced here. The, people of the Scandinavian Lostbelt or of this Lostbelt? Probably the Scandinavian Lostbelt. The Scandinavian Lostbelt was very ignorant as well, sadly. Yeah, that's another thing. They're all very chill. Is this actually weed they're growing and not wheat, maybe? Or maybe it's a hybrid weed-wheat thing. Maybe they're all just high. Indeed, they seem to be completely oblivious to the danger. They were far more worked up when they found us trampling their fields. I can understand how they might regard our fight with Kuda as something that doesn't concern them, but the same cannot be said for those mechanical dolls. Akuda Hinako did not bring those over from proper human history. This technology is foreign to us. What's more, Jiang Yang clearly sent them to her to reinforce her. All this leads me to believe these automata are a type of weapon native to this world, and yet the people who live here claim to have never seen them before. So what? Maybe these are just a bunch of backwater country bumpkins. Fo-fo? We can assume that Akuda has formed an alliance with this world's ruler, just like we've seen in previous Lostbelts. For the moment, let us further assume this ruler is in fact Qin Shi Huang. If true, this is certainly sensible that he would send the automata to aid her in battle. It then stands to reason that, on seeing us fight their nation's armed forces, these farmers would see us as a threat and treat us accordingly. And yet that proves not to be the case. In which case I could draw only one conclusion, which is that these villagers are so wholly ignorant of war that they do not even know weaponry. Say what? Is that even possible? It is, however, we all saw that their fight-or-flight reflex tends on the form on our initial encounter, so I doubt this world is completely devoid of danger. Do you hear that rocket outside, too? Oh boy. I was wondering what that stomping sound was. It's more of those strange monsters. Oh, why are you freaking out? Isn't this the supervisor's job to get rid of things like that? How the hell are we supposed to chase those things away with a stick? Please, travelers, you've got to help us. Let me guess, giants? Or the Hydra? Indeed, I believe we should lend a helping hand here as well.
Right, moving to intercept hostiles.
Oh, so either the giants from Scandinavia, or I guess the Norse. Norse is a lot quicker to say. It's giants from the Norse Lostbelt, or the Hydras from Russia's. That's my guess. Maybe even both. It's the giants and the Isulfur. Wait. They all have branding on them. NFF, and that's... These are all Koyons. She's branded her minions. That's kind of disturbing, not gonna lie. I kind of wish we had more. I should have probably. I kind of wish we had done Scotty here, actually. That would make this wave nothing. Double Scotty into Melt. The first quick card would likely kill this first one. The NP would kill the Jotun. Okay, so next turn we'll have 3 Melt cards. This will be fine. First Isulfur should go down. No, we won't want to, but we'll have Melt cards. We'll be fine. Good. 22 stars, that's the base. And they're both busters for Melt. Time to bust some faces. All the Daka. Doot. Doot doot. That was fast. No kill like overkill. Melt's gotta be getting close to that Bond 10. And then we'll really quickly take a quick diversion to Da Vinci's shop so that we can get her to Bond 11 training. These creatures aren't native to this land either. No, they weren't. That was a Jotun, a type of giant we fought in the Scandinavian Lostbelt. Well, this just keeps getting weirder, huh? A few of them running away, so they're probably got a nest somewhere around here. A nest? Yeah, better track them down and wipe them out, or things are gonna get way worse around here. See how this village has shit all for defenses. Man, you guys really are amazing. I can't believe you took care of those scary monsters just like that. There's nothing I like more than shielding the weak. I hate to think of us as weak, but I can't blame you. The only way we could have won is with the Heavenly Emperor's divine aid. I see. So the reason your supervisors wield weapons is indeed solely to defend the village? That's right. Not that there's a lot we have to do, of course. Usually the most we have to worry about is chasing off the odd stray dog or boar. Well, that and helping the occasional drunkard cool off, I guess. What about invasions from foreign countries? Are you not concerned about those? Foreign countries? You know the places foreigners come from. Remember how the elder used to tell us he heard there were places other than here when he was just a kid? Just a moment, please. What exactly do you mean when you say foreigners? What do you mean? I'm not sure what to say. We just heard rumors that they say they look just like us, but we're actually monsters that are scarier than any boar. And that they like to eat our livers instead of our crops. That's why we thought you were going to eat us when you first showed up. Sorry about that. I see, now I understand. So, everything is China, isn't it? People of this Lostbelt have no concept of separate nations, or at least their only knowledge is derived from distorted ancient legend and hearsay. So what you're saying is, the Republican Empire dominated the entire world? You're kidding. Is it even possible for people to put aside all their ethnic and religious differences to make that happen? That's why they've never seen soldiers before, let alone war. That means this world is so perfectly peaceful that not only do people not need to arm themselves, they do not even know what weapons are. This country's ideal nation made reality. Can you even imagine such a thing? Not really. Okay. I've arrived at Mount Lee, Your Imperial Majesty. Which warrior would you like me to unseal? If this was a foreign expedition, it would be no matter if they were somewhat free-spirited. Since this is a domestic matter, we would prefer not to use someone too rambunctious. You're saying we should not even evaluate our warrior on combat ability alone. Well, if they were to incite a rebellion, we could not keep an eye on them and Chaldea at the same time. For example, do not even think about releasing anyone like the Tao Yuan brothers. They could get carried away and try to take over the empire for themselves. We need a warrior who is not only brave, but also kind and modest, who is fiercely loyal to his empire and its people, and who will defend them at all costs. We would like you to choose this warrior, Captain. Me, Your Imperial Majesty, are you sure you want me to handle such an important task? Why else would we send you, our Captain of the Guard, all the way to Mount Lee? Surely you are aware that reviving a frozen hero carries some risk? Well, yes, of course. Something could even go wrong with their mind during the unsealing, causing them to fly into a rage. It would be bitterly ironic if we were to release a hero for its purpose of preventing war, only for them to transform into a disaster incarnate. So we deem it prudent to have you present for the unsealing in an event where such danger did present itself, do you understand? There's a lot of heroes here. And I was totally right. Although it's not just cryogenically frozen, it looks like sealed in stone as well, perhaps. Even terracotta. So, you're saying you want me to deal with them in case they happen to go to Berserk? Indeed, this hero must be strong enough to defeat these heroic spirits from another world. But not so strong that you would be unable to stop them in such an unfortunate situation. With all these requirements to consider, would you not prefer to choose this hero yourself? I see. Your kindness and wisdom humbles me, Your Imperial Majesty. Frozen heroic spirits, Interesting. I see you have yet another impressive card up your sleeve. Mount Lee is the jewel of the Empire. It is our mausoleum where the brave warriors who once fought by our side now sleep in peace. Excuse me. True, it's always tricky to figure out what to do with the brutes you use to establish a new regime. Short-sighted, short-tempered rulers tend to go to the whole "you've outlived your usefulness" route and just off their servants. But not you, Your Imperial Majesty. How clever of you to literally keep them on ice so they can be useful to you again. These warriors deserve to be praised for all eternity for their help in establishing peace. That said, we cannot bestow all of them with the same immortality we possess. While there is little that can be done to cushion the shock they'll experience whenever they awaken and see how much has changed. Fighting on new battlefields has become a common occurrence to them that they are now accustomed to it. What do you think? Do you not agree it's a much cleaner system than your heroic spirits? Oh yes, I can't wait to see what happens next. I've always loved the word freeze. She's always loved the word freeze. That's a reference of some sort, I'm guessing. A quartz and 2 seeds of Yggdrasil.